4 professional women from San Diego who discover unexpected beauty and even more unexpected adventures on the coast of Alabama. A far-flung assembly of friends and families who have all converged in Western Maryland, not the most obvious location for whitewater rafting. 5 former Girl Scouts from Texas who have reunited in the oldest city in America, St. Augustine, Florida, sharing their history and ours. And friends in Central Oregon who have found a world of vacation pleasures just miles from their own front doors. It's been said that there are 2 things that people love. In fact, they crave: getting away from it all at a great destination and sharing it with family and friends. These are some of the stories of people who have satisfied that craving. It's the best of getting away together.
Getting away together is made possible by
TripAdvisor.com. 50 million reviews and opinions from real travelers.
They treated me like a rock star. Even the concierge knew me by name.
We could kayak right from our own private dock.
It felt like we had the whole island to ourselves.
I could almost reach out my window and touch the Eiffel Tower.
What an amazing vacation. We can't wait to go back.
Fantastic.
Millions of reviews of hotels, vacation rentals, and more. All from real people who've been where you want to go. TripAdvisor.com.
You've planned your trip for a long time. Wouldn't it be nice to know someone is helping you make it safe and relaxing? For more than 20 years, CSA Travel Protection has been making travel convenient with friendly, expert service, giving you security that your travel investment is safe, whatever happens, and the assistance you need from travel delays to emergency care. Before, during, and after your trip, we're CSA Travel Protection. Getting Away Together is devoted to people who reunite in celebration of friends and family. If you'd like to know more about this or any other episode, log on to gettingawaytogether.com. Learn more about each destination, how to get there, where to stay, and where to find the activities, homes, and people featured in the programs, plus streaming videos of every episode. That's gettingawaytogether.com.
From the well-known beaches of Florida to the surprising ones in Alabama, from a pristine river in the Oregon wilderness to a man-made lake in Maryland, our intrepid travelers have arrived in search of excitement, of tranquility, of great food, of renewed companionship. But one thing they all have in common is that none of them chose to spend their vacation in a hotel. For these people, especially the larger groups, renting a vacation home offered a strengthening sense of community. Everyone still gets their personal space, but the common areas just naturally encourage togetherness. Even a smaller rental like a condo on the beach can be a perfect choice if the 4 of you love to bond together by cooking your own brunch, especially if you can then enjoy it with a view like this.
Cheers! Cheers to Alabama. Yay!
2 weeks ago, we could not tell you where Gulf Shores, Alabama was on a map. And now, we're in love with it.
There's a lot to love in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama, not the least of which is the fact that there even is a beach in Alabama. Well, of course there is. The state is right on the Gulf of Mexico, after all. And as these 4 career girls vacationing from San Diego discovered, the 32 miles of sugar white sand was only the beginning of the surprises.
Definitely our first day was sort of a whirlwind. We were new, we were just discovering the area, we did lots of fun things. Everything about this trip was a surprise, and that is completely new for us.
Here's a perfect example. Tucked away just blocks from the beach here is the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo, which is home to nearly 300 animals, lions, tigers, monkeys, porcupines, the works. But what put this little zoo on the world map was a disaster. In 2004, a hurricane called Ivan the Terrible battered the Gulf Coast and threatened to drown every single creature in one night. With the help of brave volunteers from the whole community, Zoo Director Patty Hall and her staff evacuated hundreds of animals to higher ground inland in less than 36 hours. 2 years after Ivan, a national TV series aired called The Little Zoo That Could.
In San Diego, we have a pretty fantastic zoo, but we were blown away by the little zoo that could here in Gulf Shores.
I felt like she invited us into her home at the zoo and allowed us and trusted us to interact with her animals, and it was a really special experience.
Terry. Yes!
All right, these are African servals. They naturally be found in the grasslands or savanna of Africa.
The Little Zoo That Could was amazing because I love animals, so to be able to get to hold the baby serval.
Hi! Oh, no, no, no. Just go ahead and let her down. It's okay.
I'm a crazy cat person, so to be able to hold her and calm her down and hold her like I hold my cat, and she just really kind of relaxed. The girls were like, "You're the cat whisperer."
We fed Bengal tigers with a baby bottle.
It put things into perspective about how big these animals really are. And to get so up and close and feel their paws when we were touching them, that was pretty neat.
It's okay, they'll come right on your shoulder. Don't be scared.
Having the lemurs climb all over us was really, really fun and not something we expected at all.
They'll eat leaf vegetation, and they've even been known to eat nectar from flowers, pollen.
It felt like human hands on you when they were on you. It was so cute.
Everyone there has so much heart, and they really, really love this area, and they love those animals. So it was neat to know the story of this zoo and everything that they've been through. And here we are at Lulu. Yay! Looking forward to this.
The locals like to say that there's a sort of Gulf Coast state of mind, and the girls found absolute proof of that at Lulu's restaurant located at Homeport Marina.
Going to Lulu's for dinner was a huge surprise because I think we thought it would be sort of a kitschy tourist trap kind of place, but it was filled with locals, families, kids, and we had a great time there, and it was such an authentic Southern experience.
Lulu is Lulu Buffett, Jimmy's kid sister, and what she started as a little restaurant with a gift shop is now a mega family destination. The music is live every night, it's local, and it's free. And the drinks make you feel like, well, life is good.
All right, girls, let me get this right. Today we're
Our bartender, Don, was amazing, made us these fantastic cocktails.
And you wanted to get a loop-de-loo? Did I hear loop-de-loo come out of your mouth? I love loop-de-loos.
He was adorable.
And you, I hear, are getting my favorite drink, which is the frozen jet ski killer. Is that what we're looking at? Awesome, awesome.
Again, that's kind of what we like. Everything local, local food, local drinks. What's the cocktail? What do you make that's special? What do you make that's different?
Got a jet ski killer here. There you are.
Just for you.
That was really great. I mean, you could tell that people were having a good time. It was crowded. There was a little bit of everything.
All right.
How many waterside restaurants have a 3-story rope climbing course out in front? Lulu's does. So you never have to wonder what to do while you're waiting for your table.
The Mountain of Youth was an interesting term. We kind of, are approaching mid-30s, early 40s, and we're like, hey, we'll try and, show those 20-somethings what we still have.
They harness you in, so, how hard could it be? But it's high, it's 3 stories up, and it's open catwalk, and it's obstacle course, and it's challenging. You walk tight ropes, you walk planks. Woo! Having the cocktails before doing the Mountain of Youth was definitely helpful for all of us. I mean, we were sort of fearless, at that point.
You can do it!
I'm a pretty strong person. I don't have panic attacks. I'm pretty in control of my life. And then I felt like I was on a tightrope across the Grand Canyon. It might as well have been. I mean, it was just that crazy for me.
Michelle is not fond of heights at all, especially open heights, and she's been really working hard to overcome her challenge of heights.
I think I aged 10 years instead of it being the Mountain of Youth. I think I lost a couple of years of my life on that thing.
So the 3 of us sort of worked our way up to the top fairly quickly, and we were really encouraging her to keep coming, keep coming.
I literally was paralyzed with fear, could not take the one step to get out. And I mean, we're talking 40, 50 feet, and they're trying to get me across with there's shrimp at the other side, or there's
a Burberry bag on sale over here for $15.
They know what'll beckon me across anything.
You're almost halfway there, almost halfway there.
It turned out to be probably one of the most special moments of the trip.
You're here, two-step. You got it.
To me, that summarized our friendship and getting away together, because those are the kinds of experiences you have when you're traveling and when you're with your friends and trying new things.
You don't have to travel halfway across the country to enjoy a getaway vacation. In fact, with money and time being as tight as they are these days, exploring the wonders of your own backyard can be just as thrilling as jetting away to a different time zone. There's even a term for that kind of getaway, the staycation. That's what these couples from Central Oregon chose when they found this incredible vacation home in Sun River, just outside the town of Bend. And even though most of these folks call this state their home, there were still local sights and sounds and experiences that they never expected. Central Oregon has over 500 miles of rivers and 150 mountain lakes. Fly fishing around here is not an activity. It is a lifestyle. Most people would say that the Hook Fly Shop is the epicenter of it all, and that Fred Fossé, its owner, is the area's 25-year veteran guru.
It starts at Little Lava Lake. It flows 8 miles into Crane Prairie, which is the only stretch of the 257 miles of the entire river system that's wild. Okay, before we leave, we got one little issue that I saw standing over here. It was, I believe, Wendy eating a banana.
What does that have?
Bananas are bad luck when you go fishing. And it's a Polynesian folklore. And what it was, at one time, bananas, they rotted easily on boats, so they were not a good food supply. And they also brought tarantulas and big spiders that bit people and killed a lot of the crew members.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
And the scenery? Oh my gosh.
I know, it's beautiful right here with wildflowers and stuff. All right, here's what these fish are going to sit. See this little dip right here? Right there? They're going to sit right in that little dip right there.
Fly fishing was my favorite event of the entire weekend.
Just come on out here with me. I'm going to grab you by the back of the waders just in case, okay?
This is insane. I can't believe just this little river, how strong it is.
Oh yeah, wait till you get to a big one.
Smokes.
A little bit further up.
Okay.
It was so great because you walk down this awesome path, you hear the river, you see the wildflowers.
Now what I want you to do is lift it up and flip it back here. Just a good quick motion. Quick. There you go. Nice. Now this is called a mend. Okay, now we'll watch that indicator. If it goes down, follow it, follow it. If it stops, you give it a pull.
The water's so clear and crisp, it was calm, it was paradise. I'd like to just plop a chair in the river and just sit there all day. It was awesome.
Carol likes to be outside and she loves being in the outdoors, but she's usually not one to participate in activities like fly fishing and that sort of thing. So that was a great surprise for her, and I think she really enjoyed that more than she thought she would.
I had never been fly fishing before, certainly never had hip waders on before. It was pretty fun.
Just like that, I'm going to come over to you, okay?
I watched my wife catch her first fish on a fly rod. That was awesome.
Let me get in here with you. Don't let them go behind you. All right, good job. Yeah. That's. Oh yeah.
Bigger than mine?
Yeah, he is. About 3 times bigger. Give me a little spud.
Nice. It was more about watching Carol catch the fish, do something she's never done before. That I think was exciting because that opens up the door to, us to be able to maybe potentially do that again someday.
Actually catching a fish the very first time I went fly fishing, that was pretty cool. Because I'm not such a lucky fisher person, so that was, and it was bigger than Jim's first fish.
People around Central Oregon are known for their quiet, a bit more laid-back personalities. But one person will never hesitate to share what he knows with you about the people and landscapes of this part of the West is a fellow named Rick Steber. Rick is the author of more than 30 books and is a member of the Western Writers of America.
And you think back, what did those people leave behind?
It was a beautiful evening. I mean, that was a classic Central Oregon sunset that night. We just pulled a bunch of chairs up around it, and we just sat and relaxed and listened to stories and roasted marshmallows.
And rubbing them together faster and faster and faster. And again, the skookum
I love
raced
sitting
down.
around the campfire, but then to have this super cool dude show up and tell all these awesome stories about people that he'd actually met in Central Oregon, all over the country, and tell those stories about their lives and capturing that and being so animated about it, that was super cool.
And look at how we've changed the landscape.
His parents told him when he was a young kid that every time an old person dies, it's like a library burning down. That was so inspiring to me, that he knew what he wanted to do, which was save these stories that just caught all of our attention and were just wonderful to listen to.
Of course, one of the most magical aspects of any vacation is the fact that we get to be the storytellers, looking back on our adventures and sharing the tales, even if we're far, far from home. This military group of friends and families, for instance, is gathering in western Maryland in Deep Creek Lake, converging from all over the country before many of them head back overseas. In that context, something as everyday as a farmer's market, like this one in the nearby town of Oakland, can take on a special significance, seeing all the fresh produce that can be so easily taken for granted.
I really love the Mountain Fresh Farmers Market. It was one of my favorite things. You walk into this open-air barn and you see beautiful displays. It looked like the vegetables were just picked this morning. They were all glistening and fresh.
Oh, your cilantro is amazing. It's really nice.
My favorite part was talking to all these different people that came together, and it was wonderful because you actually heard the people in the farmers market calling each other by their first name. It isn't just set up for tourists. It's really a place where the community comes together and gets their groceries.
The little carrots look great.
Yeah. Did you grow these? Even if you think you're not going to cook, you end up buying produce because it's gorgeous. And the handmade things that were there, that the people had brought in, the crocheted things, all very, very highest quality and warm, inviting people.
Everything here at this market, we either grow it, make it, or bake it ourselves.
The first thing I see is this family, and the kids have their little bonnets on and their matching dresses, and they're just little tiny kids, all perfectly dressed, and their parents were so proud of them, and they were asked to pile the peppers up, and they took them so carefully, and they're piling them. So it was so cute. But I thought, what a wonderful family this is.
I really had a great time at the farmers market, and I know that my mother-in-law and my stepmom really enjoyed it too.
Deep Creek is a man-made lake, originally created to help provide electric power to this area of western Maryland. But it's still as breathtaking a mountain lake as you can find anywhere. Nearly 4,000 acres of fresh water, 69 miles of shoreline, and of course, home of the world-famous Maryland whitewater rafting. Wait, what? No joke. This is Adventure Sports Center International. It's the world's only mountaintop whitewater course, and once again, it is entirely man-made. After ascending a big rubber conveyor, you are gently dropped into a 1/3 mile-long artificial river.
It was an actual whitewater world-class course that sponsors lots of these kind of international and world events, all on a man-made course.
Every boulder along the course was removed from the mountain, polished of rough edges, and replaced along the concrete riverbed.
You hear man-made whitewater rafting, and you assume it's going to be something along the lines of a man-made water park, and it really wasn't. The rapids there were really pretty challenging, and when it was all said and done, we were all pretty surprised to wake up the next morning generally uninjured and not nearly as sore as we thought we should have been, given that at least everybody in my boat left the boat at least once.
I didn't feel like it was dangerous. What I noticed, though, was as I watched people flying out of the other rafts, I thought, now, are they doing this because they want to, Or are they doing it because, you know, the guide is flipping them out or something? And I thought, I am not going out of this raft. There is no way. And I managed to stay in the whole time. I thought that was an accomplishment because I've never done it before.
One of the guides took the kids up and let them actually jump into the river. Braxton just swam right to shore like nothing had happened. And Savannah doing the same thing. I was just extremely proud of both of them and their willingness to try anything.
I think we were all really proud of each other to see how hard we worked out there. And I think I'll always treasure that even the feeling of exhaustion, but still you're exhilarated from all that hard work. And I really loved being with my family for that.
Paddling on the water was a new experience for some of these vacationers, but that's just the kind of experience decades ago that turned these girls into lifelong friends.
We're all from Texas, and we went to camp together. We were canoeing, we were getting dirty. It was great. It was fun.
We always had a blast together, and we always used to make trouble together. That's why they called us the mob.
In 1998, we decided to get together again, and we got together here in St. Augustine for the first time.
St. Augustine, Florida is the oldest city in the United States. It was settled by the Spanish in 1565. As you can imagine, it's a city that's serious about its history, but it's also relaxed about it. Walking down 400-year-old streets, you might catch glimpses of artists working on their latest creations. And then right next door, a souvenir shop.
We have a lot of history in our group with each other, as does St. Augustine.
Preparen! Apunten! Disparen!
Just off of St. George Street, you step back more than 2.5 centuries into the Spanish Quarter of colonial life in the 1740s. The Spanish Quarter is a self-guided living history museum. You set your own pace and sort of drop in on costume interpreters who each have a story of their own, like at this ordinary kitchen from an extraordinary time in American history.
Here, ladies, we have a nice typical meal of arroz con pollo.
The spirit of St. Augustine is the spirit of, like, survivor.
And what is this shelf?
Well, this is called a balda, a rat shelf. A place to store your food.
When you know history and what people really did back then, those were true adventures. They didn't have cell phones, they didn't have backup. They really lived by the seat of their pants.
Actually, when you make cornmeal on the metate there, you save the corn cobs, and you actually save the corn husks. The corn husks were used to make dogs.
This town had people from all different backgrounds, different countries coming, trying to take it over. The spirit of survival here is amazing.
You know about sangria, of course. Did you know it all started from trying to make that stale wine that was shipped here taste a little better by adding fruit and sugar?
Lemon,
Those Spaniards knew how to make the best of everything.
So add whatever we can, sugar from Cuba, rum, brandy, and that's what you're enjoying.
There is a lot of history here. I think there's a lot of people that don't even know that St. Augustine's here. And I think they're missing out because it's a great little town.
Salud! Salud!
St. Augustine is right on the Atlantic Ocean, but it's also swimming with waterways, rivers, and estuaries. It plays host to hundreds of boats from all over the world. But one of them is queen of them all. She's the schooner Freedom, an authentic replica of a 19th century blockade runner.
Watch your step, lady. Thank you. All right. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Sit anywhere you'd like.
And a far cry from those canoes at Girl Scout camp.
All the way on the stay.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I thought the schooner was amazing. Captain John was incredible. I loved Rich, one of his first mates, and the other John, and Owen, and with Kathy's help, I actually got to lift the sail. That was a blast because I had sailed a lot as a teenager.
I love boats and the schooner and the smoothness of the schooner and not hearing the motor, and the captain just made the whole trip great because I didn't know what, the difference between a schooner and a sailboat, things like that.
Captain John told us that what people most remark about is the serenity and peacefulness of the cruise, and that's what getting away together should be about.
I think the value of having people that you've known over a period of time is that those people know you for who you really are, and there really isn't judgment about being absolutely silly, that every day is like it's an opportunity to do something new and adventurous, and I love having that with them.
This is a sentiment we heard over and over again in our own travels.
My favorite memory of the week will just be that we were all together and got to experience new things that we'd never done together, and it's always better when somebody experiences it with you.
Spending this kind of quality time together, you just get to know people so much better, almost like they're family, not just friends.
It wasn't really so much about what you were doing all day long together, but when you get back and you're talking about what you did all day together.
These moments are so precious. The chances of seeing each other are so rare because we do all travel so much, but it means that when we're together, that's the most important thing.
You noticed the reoccurring word, didn't you? These groups have all ventured from their homes, from their increasingly busy lives, and traveled to these great destinations in order to be together. And while the memories of the events of these trips may fade, the meals, the excursions, the scenery, what is most likely to remain is the remembrance of the people we spent our time with and how much fun we had when we were getting away together.
If you'd like to know more about the people, places, and activities featured in this or any other episode of Getting Away Together, log on to gettingawaytogether.com. That's gettingawaytogether.com. Getting Away Together was made possible by
TripAdvisor.com. 50 million reviews and opinions from real travelers.
They treated me like a rock star. Even the concierge knew me by name.
We could kayak right from our own private dock.
It felt like we had the whole island to ourselves.
I could almost reach out my window and touch the Eiffel Tower.
What an amazing vacation. We can't wait to go back.
Fantastic. Millions of reviews of hotels, vacation rentals, and more. All from real people who've been where you want to go. TripAdvisor.com.
You've planned your trip for a long time. Wouldn't it be nice to know someone is helping you make it safe and relaxing? For more than 20 years, CSA Travel Protection has been making travel convenient with friendly, expert service, giving you security that your travel investment is safe, whatever happens, and the assistance you need from travel delays to emergency care. Before, during, and after your trip, we're CSA Travel Protection. Getting Away Together is devoted to people who reunite in celebration of friends and family. If you'd like to know more about this or any other episode, log on to gettingawaytogether.com. Learn more about each destination, how to get there, where to stay, and where to find the activities, homes, and people featured in the programs, plus streaming videos of every episode. That's gettingawaytogether.com.